Ranger photo album. So I still remember.
When I was in grade 8, I was bullied really, really badly. That was before people didn't really know too much about bullying. But I've had journals then and written about the horror of it and saying, this better be my worst year. And it was my worst year of my life. One of the great things, as I thought in the last little while about the Junior Ranger Camp, which I didn't think before, was that it was the first time since then that I'd gone away and been with this group of people, and yeah, I could just be myself again. And it was incredible because I finally remembered who I was.
I think it built resilience more than anything. I think it's one thing when people tell you that you're courageous and people tell you that you're resilient or people tell you that you're strong. You might believe them, you might not believe them, but when you go into a program like that and you're faced with challenges every single day, and not just physical challenges, but challenges of being away from your family, challenges of having to get along with 7 other girls in a cabin, just so many of those kinds of challenges in life, and you have to be successful because you're there for 8 weeks and you need to work those things out, and you realize, hey, you know what, I can do this. And I think that served me really well through my career. As a secondary principal right now, I always say you get up in the morning, you don't know what's going to happen.
The experience of going into a pristine natural environment with about 30 other boys, mostly from large cities, was one of the most important experiences of my life. I've been a research scientist with the Ministry of Natural Resources for over 30 years, and I'm sure that career would never have happened without being a junior ranger.
It was super good. You were going to be there, of course, just for one summer, but it was before you went to university, and couldn't think of a better summer. You were going to learn things about which you knew nothing, or you were a strong interest in going into the profession, and understand. The Ontario Rangers were climbing the trees with short ladders, then long ladders, and they would always have somebody supporting the ladder or hanging onto the ladder while the other one would go up higher, and they were using small pruning saws, hand saws, to take off the limbs, and we did that so that they became elegant plantations of scientific material. Well, they used to call them junior, but there's nothing junior about them. They are Ontario Rangers, and they do a magnificent job. And going into those Paisida and walking the rows, you could see how incredibly powerful they are, and that's because of the work of all those young women.
If you look at my background, I started out as a junior ranger, but one of the things that instilled in us was the importance of mentoring, the importance of making sure that the younger generation is learning about the natural resources aspect of this province. And they're not going to learn it without these programs in place.
I don't like to be critical of the Premier, but he couldn't possibly have known what a tremendous job they have been doing in the province and the places they come from. A lot of people, a lot of young people gain an education. They gain the chance to meet people from other parts of the province they have a chance to meet one another.
I have a lot of faith in Kathleen Wynne. I'm excited now that she's Premier. I know she understands how important education is to children. 2 things in schools. We try to get away from the idea of silos. We try to understand that everything's interconnected, and we try to really focus on student mental health. So my message to her would be to understand that we have to get away from silos in the provincial government as well. That a program, just because it's Ministry of Natural Resources, doesn't mean that it doesn't have a huge impact on things that are happening in education as well. So if we're going to focus on student mental health in education, let's make sure the programs are in place so we can build those resiliencies and capacities in our young people in Ontario.